everybody, and welcome to the Fandom Flux Podcast 173. Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey. Oh.
Hey.
What are we even going for here?
I'm Casey. I've had a blood pressure monitor on for the past day and change. And do you know what that means?
Incredibly tired and irritable.
Yes, because you know how blood pressure monitor works? I have to wear a cuff around my bicep, my left bicep, just happened to be the left one. And there's a tube that connects it to what looks like a tape deck that I'm wearing on my hip. And
Fashionable.
yeah, I look like a 90s b-boy. It's really it's an image. Yeah. And every half an hour that goes off with a siren-like alarm before, I don't know, something like loud machinery sounds while the thing tightens around my arm and starts to strangle it to test my blood pressure. Every half hour. Including at night.
That sounds fun.
You must be having very pleasant sleep then.
I hate you.
You.
Yeah.
Why do you hate me?
Zero.
He hates me
Because he's an asshole.
because I'm being a jerk.
Yeah.
He just emphasized how well he slept last night.
Yeah, I gave up on
Fucker.
it at about 1 a.m. and decided I'm not going to get to sleep. It's not going to happen. This is a literal impossibility for me. I'm not happy
Why would
about
they
it,
do this?
but
Why would they?
fuck it. So, yeah. I'm not
Why would
in
they
the greatest
do
of moods.
this
I
to
am
you?
very, very tired, and I'm just going to talk over Weasel doing growly voices for no reason. And, yeah, so I'm not in the best state of mind for anything. But, you know, we're recording a podcast. So, hi, everybody. How's it going? And we're doing a stream after this, so that's also special fun times.
You are?
Mhm.
No, I think we're just gonna call it after the podcast. And yeah,
Casey, I was asking why they would do this to you. I mean, I heard of hospitals doctors asking people not to eat, but due to a medical procedure that they're going to have, but not sleep.
Yeah, here's the fun thing that, you know, is interesting reading material. The causes of increased blood pressure, one of them's lack of sleep. So, you know, a little counterintuitive is what
The
that
data
is.
that they're collecting, the data that they're collecting, then is essentially worthless.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fucking hell.
So, you know, the 8-9 times it woke me up while I was trying to sleep, and it startles me awake, so it spikes my adrenaline. Yeah, every single time it did that is completely fucking worthless. So, yeah. Great.
Oosh.
Shoosh, pat, pat.
Anyway. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing for the past day and a half. So let's do introductions for everybody else that's here, and, you know, probably suffering in their own ways. Weasel's here.
Hey.
Zero's here.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
He's an asshole. Slice is here.
hello.
And Spoken's here.
Hey.
And Patience here, though muted.
Hello, everyone. I am sorry about your difficulties, Casey. I hope you feel better soon.
Yeah, I mean, there's this, then there's the stream. Then I have nothing. I have nothing until Tuesday. So, it's gonna be magical.
Fair enough.
I can, waking dream about it until then. but for the time being, it continues. So, what were we doing? Right, we just did intros. So, how's everybody doing? Besides me, who just complained for about 10 minutes straight.
Your complaining is quite justified. I, on the other hand, have managed to no longer have to deal with the main source of my complaining. I think I mentioned on the last podcast that I was in a fair bit of pain because of Claritin-induced insomnia. That's no longer an issue. It took me like 4 days, but after the better part of a week, I no longer have severe back pain every waking moment. And I'm actually getting something resembling restful sleep now.
Yay!
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Lucky bastard.
Gimme. I'm sorry, it's really good news, so I'm happy for you, but...
Yeah, I know, I'm sorry.
No, it's alright. It's alright.
It is kind of a really shitty thing for me to bring up.
No,
given
you're happy about it,
situation.
and God knows when, like, it's next week, and I'm well rested and joyful again, that I will be bringing it up too. So that's fine. Don't worry about it.
Other things, I've spent more or less the entire time between last podcast and this one playing the Dot Hack series, which is just as fun as it's always been, if more than a little fucked in the head. I beat the storyline of the third game, which means I've unlocked the most broken weapons in the game. And I'm currently working on the post-game and bonus bosses. So with any luck, sometime in the next few days, I will have 100%ed it.
Nice.
Cool.
Other than that, that's actually pretty much it.
Cool.
I've had an uneventful few days.
So a lot of remasters coming out recently, right?
Thought of what?
Remasters of games came out a while ago.
Are you referencing the latest Zero Punctuation review?
Partially because it's relevant. I bought Bayonetta this morning.
Wait, is that a remaster? I thought it was just a port.
Yeah, but it also looks really, really nice to the point where it's really, really nice. I don't think it scales up to 2000 something 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 and 1500 something 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 resolution in its native 360 version. So yeah, I think that classifies as a remaster. Yeah, that game looks really, really good still. Like really good. Like,
well, to be fair, there's a lot of games that have aged surprisingly well with age.
Yeah, I mean,
time.
If like people are complaining that hey, games are too expensive to make now, we have to use all of this like super technology that they're coming up with in these consoles and stuff. That's a thing we have to do. No, you don't. You make a game on par with, possibly even worse than Bayonetta in terms of looks. That's fine. Just like use the technical stuff for gameplay, and that's pretty much all I need. I'm good.
Or just do what Witcher 3 did and do both of them at the same time. There's nothing stopping you.
Unless, like, CD Projekt Red want to come out to everybody and say exactly how they managed to pull off that feat of engineering, then I don't think that's going to be a common thing that
Unfortunately, it is. Unfortunately, it is one of the hardest games for your computer to actually play. Like, on the current market.
Hmm. I'd say the hardest game for your computer to play would be Fallout.
Low blow, dude.
To be fair, I'm hitting myself in the crotch at the same time.
Modding problem.
Weasel had a laptop that could barely run Fallout 4 before last Christmas. His girlfriend and I pooled our resources and got him a new computer. The thing is, she and I didn't check the graphics specs, and the GPU that came with the computer we got is slightly worse than the one on his laptop.
Oh.
So the computer that we bought him so that he could play video games, specifically Fallout 4, without risking the computer's heating fan melting, can't play the game that we bought the computer so he could play.
Could you guys buy a better graphics card, or is that not?
Between the three of us, we're saving up for one. If nothing else, we'll get him one for his birthday.
Ah.
Oh.
I missed Fallout 4.
I don't. I still haven't installed for some reason. Why do I still have it installed? I could just delete that shit. It's garbage.
I
Fuck
still want to
you!
play it. It's not an amazing game compared to the past Fallouts, I'll admit. I like it, but
Oh, speaking of the past Fallouts, I recently re-downloaded all my mods, and I'm about to play Fallout 3 for the first time on this computer.
Cool.
Did that just yesterday. It took me a few hours.
that
should
feels
look
like
up,
a bad idea.
You should look up Tale of Two Wastelands. Is a thing you should look up.
Just never really interested me.
Sorry?
It just never really interested me.
New Fallout 3, you mean? Or
No,
what?
A Tale of Two Wastelands.
Oh.
Why?
I mean, it's just linking your two games. I mean,
Yeah, it doesn't seem necessary to me.
fair enough.
I guess. Anybody else got cool stuff to talk about? I got something that I'd like to bring up, but I can wait.
I can always do what I'm doing or what I've been doing.
Cool. I'm not. By the way, just to be clear, I'm not doing that format anymore. If you've got cool stuff to talk about it. I'm not going to prompt everyone to talk about what they've been doing for the week, because that uncomfortably often ends up with someone saying, "Hey, I just went to work, came home, and did incredibly mundane stuff," and then
Eating, drinking, farting, and screwing.
Well, so I went to the dentist because I was in a lot of pain. So you're not the only one who was having fitful sleep lately, Casey, because I was not able to sleep at all with the pain. And
I just checked it, by the way, just to be clear.
Yeah.
It wouldn't go.
So I went to the dentist, and the dentist is like, "Yeah, so you're gonna need like 2 root canals." I'm like,
Oh.
Shit.
And we'll get 2 fillings done while you're here. And they screwed up on getting the X-rays done, so they had to redo it. And then it's like, okay, we filled in both your teeth. I don't really like how that filling looks. Let's redo it.
What the fuck?
Wow, dentist.
So I had a very fun time there, and I have a thing where anesthetics don't really tend to work too well on me, so they have to give me like a heavy dose because I have to. They're like, "Is it good now?" I'm like, "No, more, give me more. It's not working, please."
Wait,
and even then,
the same.
Well, okay, I don't know what that was.
Just now.
Second run.
So, I got a lot of anesthetics shot into my mouth, and it still wasn't fully enough. It still hurt, so I just had to grin and bear it at that point. And so yeah, I've been having a fun week. I am having a root canal on Wednesday, and then I have to do a project presentation immediately after that at school.
That's not going to happen. Like, yeah, they're going to take one look at you in your mush mouth, and they're going to say, "No, well, that's."
I'm going to talk out of one side of my mouth.
Or they'll let him do it just because it's funny.
but yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do. And because the guy that they're having come in do the root canal is a specialist that only comes in once a month, so it has to be that day. So that I can get rid of all the pain, because I'm still in a lot of pain right now. So
could you not go to your college and say, hey, I'm going to be having a root canal like an hour before this presentation, and I literally can't reschedule that. Could we reschedule this?
Sorry about that.
I could try, but I don't know. It's
it seems like
I told my group members, and they're like, "Oh, well, we won't make you say too much, you know." But yeah, it's gonna be tough. But you know, I can manage to pull it out somehow.
Okay.
Also, I've been playing. So I found on the Nintendo Switch there were some games I could actually get on the eShop that interested me, and I got Wonder Boy: The Dragon's Trap, which is a remake of like Wonder Boy 3, an old game, but they completely redid the art style and everything, and the entire like look of the game, so it looks really nice. It's still very difficult, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's actually a friend of mine was talking about that. It was one of the first games he'd ever played, and he was really enjoying it.
Yeah, it's I'm really liking it. I got super stuck because I was trying to go to an area that I was like, okay, I have to go here next. And like, I get to the boss, and the boss has like 100 HP, and I hit him with my most powerful weapon, and I do 1 damage, and I'm like, this is not going to work. What have I done? Turns out I skipped an entire section, an entire level, and boss, and new form. Because every time you beat a boss, you get a new transformation. Because you go human, lizard man. Then there's Piranha Man, and Hawk Man, and Mouse Man, and Lion Man. And Lion Man deals the most damage, and I needed him. And I got Lion Man, and the level was super easy, comparatively. Because I was trying to go through it as Mouse Man, the weakest one.
Oh.
Because that was the only one that could access it. And, yeah. Not fun.
I guess that's one way to block progression.
There's so many secrets in this game. I'm like, I wish more recent games still had all these fun secrets. Because a lot of them really don't.
I played the shit out of Wonder Boy and Monster World. That was a good game.
Yeah, so if you have a Nintendo Switch, you know, Wonder Boy Dragon's Trap is a lot of fun. And it looks really good. And you can change it to the retro look with like just a button press. It's amazing.
Which you do, and then you will immediately switch it back, because that's how that works.
Yeah, I switch it back. I switch to the retro sound. I'm like, oh, this is what it was like. And then I switch it back because it looks way better.
Yup.
Yeah, I'm really in love with the art style with this, and I also got Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus on the Switch, so now I can play Binding of Isaac wherever I want in the house.
Yay.
And that means I can not be as lazy as I am towards starting games up on my PC, because I'm really lazy when it comes to that, and I have a lot of games on PC I still haven't beat because I'm lazy.
I should play more of Isaac.
Lazy fuck.
Yeah, that's me.
I don't think I've ever played the Afterbirth stuff since I got it. So I should play more of that.
Probably.
I'm just bad at the game, so I just lost.
Oh, me too.
Eventually.
Yeah, absolutely terrible at the game, but there's fun stuff in there. So.
Oh, talking of small scale video games, I got Super Hot.
Oh, nice.
Super hot.
Super hot.
Super hot.
I assume you just mean the game version and not the VR version.
Yeah. Narratively, it's like a less good Undertale, I suppose.
There's a narrative in that game?
Yeah, there is. It's actually was pretty interesting from what I saw of it. So
okay, entirely news to me. Like, I've not seen a single video that focuses on the narrative, and it's just a bunch of people doing cool Matrix
Well, that's
shit.
because the narrative is entirely conveyed through text boxes that take place between the levels.
Oh, yeah, that would explain it then.
Oh, so
'Cause
it's
I'm
practically
in a similar
tailor-made
boat
for
of Casey.
YouTubers not to care
yeah.
about it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
Look at all the fucks we can't be ours to give.
Mm.
Oh, that's a lot of. Oh, that's too many. What are you doing with so many of them?
It's like, yeah, that's a good way to
It's
get
an ocean.
YouTubers to not spoil your plot. So, cool.
It's an ocean of fucks. We're just swimming in all the fucks that people haven't given about the crap plot of this game.
Did anyone else here play Flash games on Armor Games
Yes.
website
Oh,
a while,
yeah.
like
Well,
in the
I
past?
played them on
Back in
Congregate,
the-
but yeah.
The day you played them on whatever website you could get them, but like you'd always see the Armor Games, so we're like, oh, okay, I should probably go to that website sometime, and then I never did.
Yes, I remember that. I remember all of the rehosts on Newgrounds.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
I enjoyed Legend of Hero. That was on Newgrounds.
I asked because apparently they actually made a game. They kickstarted it, got it funded. It's called Pinstripe. A friend of mine funded it, and he gave me a free copy.
Cool.
I guess he got one. He was high enough reward. It's a very good game, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
It's got a
like you say they made a real game, but I would say the Armor game stuff, generally speaking, they were real games. They were actually pretty decent.
oh yeah. It's not a very long game, actually. It's there is an achievement to beat the game in an hour. So going through the first time, it feels super long. Like 4 or 6 hours, something like that. But you can rush through it. But it's pretty good. It's got a rudimentary moral system, sort of. You can answer conversations either a good way or an asshole way. And it like Undertale, the game kind of expects you to go through the good path first. So you actually find out more lore stuff if you're an asshole.
Yay!
Also, you find cosmetic items matching your morality, so you turn into like Mad Max if you be evil.
Good.
Because you find like leather armor and stuff.
So is like Undertale but the new classification for indie games?
No, only if the game focuses on replayability in a way that changes the story with every replay.
Yeah, and morality as a way that you can do that. I guess.
Because I was wondering if like under stamp like God of War but
Or like
was for
Dark
fighting.
Souls, but
Well, that's more of a Souls-like game. That is an
Yeah.
official genre now.
Yeah, there is no real way to classify that as anything else. I don't know what you would possibly call it besides that.
because
Dark-
Souls-like games existed first. Yeah.
Dark
Souls, a masochism simulator?
Souls 3, Prepare Your Anus Edition.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Mm.
How prepared is your anus? That's the question we should be asking.
I mean, masochistic games existed before Dark Souls, yes, but they were a very different thing. There's actually a genre called masocore, which is, it's generally before Dark Souls and stuff like that. It was platformers like I Want to Be the Guy, or there's other ones that actually came out on console and stuff, like 1001 Spikes and stuff like that.
No, but like the problem is when people
Yeah.
the problem is when people like compare things to Dark Souls that either came first or really are like, oh, it has a combat with the sword that makes it Dark Souls. It's like that's not it.
No.
People compare everything to Dark Souls and it doesn't always fit.
There's a very specific feel to a Souls game. So, yeah, no.
Intricate combat mechanics are very, very important if it wants to be a Souls-like game.
See, I'm not interested in any game where the fan base liberally throws around the phrase "get good." I don't play for challenge.
So you're not
Usually,
interested in
that's
any-
ironic.
Okay, one at a time.
Okay, one at a time.
Zero.
I was
Yeah.
going to say usually that's thrown out ironically, and the people who say it seriously are the type of dude bros that infest every video game, unfortunately.
Which is
Or
why
children.
my immediate rejoinder to I'm not interested in any game where people say that is so you're not interested in any video game ever.
Yeah,
Okay.
the people that say that unironically are the ones that had it said to them ironically, but didn't get the irony. So
Yeah.
took it super
Well-
seriously and then decided to get back at people, which, fair play, but yeah.
Point still stands. I don't play games for challenge.
Yeah, there really is no easy mode on most of the Souls games. So yeah, probably not your genre.
There's also the problem that I play games for story, and from what I've heard, Dark Souls is pretty cagey about its story.
It's oblique is the word I'd use for it. A lot of it is not told
I
in a
would-
straightforward manner.
I would
Actually-
say that the Metroid series is oblique about the story. Dark Souls is opaque.
The
Also,
difference.
like, if you're not good at the game, you would be going slowly and very carefully. So you would actually probably get the story better than most people would, because you read the descriptions, do all the little nuanced stuff while you're slowly progressing.
And most people who play Dark Souls start out kind of crap anyways. They're lying if they're saying, I was super perfect the first time.
Oh, absolutely.
I could always just do what Casey does and become a dex bag.
That's still not a thing.
Yeah.
What?
Dexterity
bags?
is still an entirely legitimate build. In fact, that term is probably one bandied around by people that would use the get good phrase, for example.
It's true, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, Weasel. The people who say Dex Fag are the same people who say Yahtzee's a bad reviewer because he hates X game.
Mm.
They
So I have a friend who plays Dark Souls who explained to me what a dex bag was. I guess he explained it wrong.
or he's the kind of person who says get good unironically. Take your pick.
Well, he explained the dex bags are the ones who max out dexterity first so they can abuse the stun lock.
That would be a min-maxer, and yeah, that happens.
Oh.
It happens, but, it's not really a particularly viable build except for very early PvP. Like, that stops mattering after a certain point in the game.
Huh.
They usually if there is a weapon combination that gets you in an infinite stun lock, they're usually pretty good about patching it out. Like you could, I think it was the longsword and the lance in Dark Souls 2. You could just stun people forever.
Was it
And
the
they
S
fixed that
stock
with
it was the S stock in DS3?
Wait, like wielding a longsword and a lance together at the same time?
Yeah, you hit him with the sword, hit him with the lance, hit him with the sword, repeat forever, and they just die.
Yeah, and the
How
window
do you
between the hits is short enough that, no one can actually get a hit in.
So wait, how do you wield a lance with one hand?
With
It's
the
strength
good.
high enough.
Yeah, that's the thing about Dark Souls. You get to superhuman levels where you can wield Guts' sword, like, that's literally a sword in the game, with one hand.
Huh.
Yep. Although I do wish your attacks would get faster when you had more strength. I would like that, but it would break balance for the PvP.
Yeah.
I never got past the what's it the I think it was like a wolf or something in the graveyard.
Yeah, that'd be Sif.
Yeah.
I never got past that.
Sif was fun.
He's
Good
a
doggy.
bitch, and he's there to teach you how to roll.
No, it's a male dog. That's
It's, I think it's actually a female dog.
is it?
Yeah.
I think Sif is actually a lady dog.
Yes. Sif is canonically female. As far as I know, but
Honestly, I thought it was a
we
dude
could be
dog,
wrong.
but fair play.
Well, you don't have to like whack the dog dong or something, It's not a thing.
I
that-
feel like
you know,
it could
that's
have
probably-
been though. In a Dark Souls game, I
You
feel like it could have been.
spend so much time under that dog, like trying to hit its legs, that you would have noticed.
Yeah, I mean,
I think-
classic Dark Souls gameplay is get behind it. So, could have been.
Probably the first time it was female then.
Yeah, even for an animal, I don't think it would have been okay for FromSoft to just perfectly sculpt
Yeah,
a model
that-
for a giant dog penis.
That's more God of War thing.
I will say though, considering that's where you spend most of the fight, that would be a way to attack you from that angle, I suppose.
Or Parasite Eve.
Attack you. So what? He's swinging that thing too, along with the other sword.
Yes.
Google the final boss, Perfect Being, of Parasite Eve. Its tail is a giant penis.
We know that
wouldn't be
happens
surprised.
sometimes.
Okay, one at a time.
Yeah. I said I wouldn't be surprised. Parasite Eve is very phallic.
Yeah.
That's a description.
It's got a lot of tentacles in it. I'll just say that. Yeah.
So there's something up my girlfriend's alley. Lucan is really into the tentacle sex.
Whatever works for you.
Yeah.
Whatever floats your boat.
Or attacks it.
Oh, here, something exciting happened to me. I forgot to mention. So there's a site called Library of the Damned that riffs bad fanfics. Well, a while back, my own fanfic, is this a zombie fanfic called Yes, but it's a female zombie, was riffed, which, yeah, it was pretty bad. It was riffed on Library of the Damned. So there's a suggestion box where people can suggest fanfics to be riffed. I suggested my own fanfic. Unknown Origins, it's my Fallout New Vegas fanfic. It is god-awful, the worst fanfic I've ever written. So I posted it there, and not only did Angie pick it up to riff, she asked if I wanted to help collab on the riff.
Wow.
Okay, stop, calm down, please. Because you remember this is an audio podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're hurting our ears and hurting Casey's mic.
Sorry.
Not sure how you'd be hurting my mic, but the impression's still getting across. So do they know that you wrote the story?
Yes, I might actually be the first person to ever put up their own fanfic for riffing.
Okay. That
So
sounds
there's
fun.
so if there's ever a question of who the M is in this relationship.
Hmm.
Screw you. I'll have you know I'm a switch.
Okay, I don't need to know this. I don't need to know this at all.
Backing it up to the fic stuff, that's actually pretty cool. I mean, I can, like, if you didn't feel like it was a very good fic, then I can see how you enjoy it having value of some form, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
That's pretty much what I told them, yeah. In fact, I was thinking of deleting it, but then I decided, no, wait, it'd be better to see it riffed.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
That's a positive way to think.
I don't know. I can't delete my old stuff. It's like it's there.
Yeah,
it's my mistake. I gotta own up to
I
it.
can delete my old stuff because screw it.
Because you did.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
really delete my own stuff because it's a good way to compare to see how far I've come.
There's that too.
I
Yeah.
don't delete my oldest stuff, but I delete some of my old stuff because screw it. It was bad.
The
If
only
it's only like one chapter, I'll delete it.
fanfic I ever actually deleted was my first ever, Summon Spirits Infinity for Tales of Symphonia. It was terrible, and I deleted it because I considered it a red mark on my record. But to be honest, I regret deleting it, and unfortunately, I can't repost it because there's no trace of it left on the internet because the flash drive it was on died.
Actually, I
Oh.
did delete my first fanfics because there were legitimate reasons why. Because I don't want to talk about it.
Talk about
Because
it.
they were self-inserts and they were absolutely terrible, and they got no
Yes.
views except for people that were telling him that they were terrible.
Mm.
No, people.
Oh, wait,
I
no,
got,
sorry,
like,
it's fanfiction.net. They were telling him, hey, this is a great story, write more.
Yeah, and I was like, no, this is not. Stop, please. No, save me.
And that's
And,
when Zero learned that not all feedback is good feedback, and not all positive feedback is helpful.
I had some people advertise their own stories in my reviews.
What?
It's the worst. Oh, it was so bad.
Well, it's dead now.
Yeah.
You already double tapped it. Come on, move on.
Okay. But yeah, that's it.
You
No
don't
more of
have
that.
it, so that means that it's gone to a different dimension where it will meet its mother.
Okay.
That reference went right over my head.
Worm.
I'm thinking Evangelion.
Worm.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
I never read that one. It's too depressing sounding for me. I don't know.
It's too dark for me as well.
And yet you play Fallout.
Fallout has a very
Fallout is not that dark at all compared to a lot of things out there.
because for a post-apocalyptic world, it's very lighthearted.
It really is.
Yeah,
Nowadays,
it's
yes.
not like
Originally, it
you're
wasn't.
It's
No.
not like you're playing The Road or something.
Oh God, the road. Apparently, it's intended. Apparently, the road was intended to be a world where there is no God.
Well, you
Fair
know,
That's
that's
cute.
I know, cute. But actually, I played Fallout 1 and 2. It was pretty humorous back then, too. In fact, sillier than it is in Fallout 3, New Vegas, and 4.
It definitely had its moments. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which one? Sorry, spaced out.
Fallout 1 and 2 is probably sillier than 3, New Vegas, and 4.
2 definitely. 1, there's an argument to be
1
had,
kind of
but it's
played
not
its
one that I could participate in because I haven't played very far into 1.
What was that spoken?
I said 1 was kind of it played a lot of stuff straighter than the later games do.
Yeah, 2
Also,
2 was very much a parody of the ideas of sci-fi in the 1950s and all that stuff, and that's a direction they went in and just kind of ran with it since.
By the way, talk about early installment weirdness. Fallout 2 had ghosts.
Yeah, well, that's fun.
Yeah, if you want a
Like,
series, if you want a series that does play the post-apocalyptic wasteland thing straight, like in the Fallout 1 style, then Wasteland would be the series you want to look at, probably.
But Wasteland had toaster repair.
Okay.
I didn't play the game, so that also goes over my head. I think I played Wasteland 2.
There was a skill in Wasteland specifically dedicated to toaster repair.
Well, that's fun.
It was surprisingly useful.
Well, yeah. I mean, if they threw it in, it wouldn't. I don't think they'd waste a joke on a skill, or a skill on a joke.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
makes sense.
I
mean,
couldn't
toast is
stand the play.
quick and easy cooked food. That makes sense. That would be a thing that would be worthwhile. Sorry.
And by the way, there's multiple references to that toaster repair skill throughout the Fallout series.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I mean, Fallout
In fact, there's
was basically
references to
spawned
Wasteland.
by Wasteland because
It's
Wasteland
the spiritual
came out and
successor
then-
to Wasteland, yeah.
yeah, and then Fallout was like, hey, let's do that.
Yeah, Fallout is the spiritual.
Significantly better, and then make it an FPS, and then turn it into a massive franchise.
That's Bethesda.
Yeah.
At least they're not Ubisoft.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's fair.
I've never been clear on whether it's Ubisoft or Ubisoft.
No one cares.
Ubisoft.
Yeah, Casey speaks the truth. Nobody cares.
I'll be right back.
That we do not give.
I'll be right back. I gotta rinse out my bowl.
Have fun.
Okay then. Right.
That's a bit. I don't know where that came from.
Bad cereal.
Rinse out this bowl. Just okay.
You rinse out a dish after you've used it. That's a common sense thing because then it's easier to clean. Makes sense.
Mm.
No, it does.
Yeah, it makes sense. Doesn't mean I do it.
So- Weird thing.
Yeah.
I think Google might be listening to my microphone. This might be
Man,
paranoia speaking.
they're
Go ahead.
always listening.
Apparently, because I was singing this morning, like at 5 a.m. because I was slightly delirious and hungry. So I was
Fair enough.
cooking, let's call it breakfast, and singing "To Be With You," the Mr. Big song, which is really good, and everyone should listen to it because it's a super good song. And then, like, an hour later, I open YouTube, and in my suggested videos is one of their live DVDs.
What did I miss?
Apropos of nothing.
So, would you say that Google is being totally yandere for you, or like what?
Apparently, I mean, one, it seems like they're listening to my microphone. And two, apparently my singing is good enough that it actually registers as that song by that band.
Did you even search up any of the songs for that band at all?
Like 6 months ago.
Do you even search, bro? So, what did I miss?
Google is stalking him and being yandere for him, and it's like, "Senpai, I want you to listen to music because you're good."
Yeah.
Essentially.
I don't know. It might.
Have you seen the?
But it's probably not. But it might be. It's making me a little.
Seen Persona
paranoid.
5? There's that. In Persona 5, there's that one NPC student that's a yandere that's just looking around the corner at her senpai. In Persona 5, and like every single. In Persona 5, there's an NPC in the school that's a yandere that just looks around the corner at her senpai, and he's like, talking to somebody. He's like, "Wow, I feel like somebody's watching me," and then she's like, "Oh, senpai, I'm gonna."
I think you've said that like 4
You're
times
mine,
now,
mine.
but also that was in Persona 4 as well.
No, but like I like it because it's they're doing the same thing where it's kind of an ongoing story after each palace.
See, I didn't get that at all, because anytime I tried to talk to you or listen in on any conversations, all I got was, "God, he must be such a fucking freak, and he must like be ready to pull a knife out at any second. You got to be scared of him." And I got kind of sick of that very quickly. Like, I'll be honest, it really does a good job of getting you in the mindset of, yeah, you are very much an outcast, because people constantly whisper and chutter about how evil you must be and how much of a monster. And yeah, it kind of got to me.
Didn't MC-kun not even commit that crime? Was he framed or something?
He turned a guy around. The guy was drunk. He slipped and fell, and then he blamed everything on the MC and was like, "It's assault."
The guy that slipped was also trying to molest a woman.
Yeah.
So that was a thing.
He's also in a position of power, apparently, from the way he talks. I
He's
say
a
apparently
politician.
because
He's a politician. That's.
I didn't want
pretty
to
heavily
say
hinted-
anything more.
It's hinted at, like, in the intro, that he's a politician and someone
Yeah.
of significant power.
Talking about how he
mentioned
controls-
something about controlling the country.
Controlling the police, and like, I'm the one who will steer this country. And stuff.
Is his name Harvey Dent?
Two-Face.
No, but he wears
Three-Face,
gun
Four-Face.
glasses, and I don't know what that says about him. Like, he wears the glasses
Ghana
that
glasses?
have the yellow lenses for no reason.
Wow. Those are apparently a thing.
Well, yes, they are.
I didn't expect them to be worn, though. I guess that's a little random for me.
So who's best waifu for your Gun 5?
I haven't even
went over
played
this
the
last
game, and
week.
the answer is Makoto.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We each have our own waifu, but like there's a strong selection this time around.
I'm a fan of the teacher and the doctor, but also Makoto.
I'm a fan of pretty much. I like all of them pretty much is the thing, but I'm doing like I did like Futaba Romance on the first playthrough. I'm going for Makoto on the second.
You can't do more
Sweet.
than one.
Yeah, but I don't want to get the bad event that happens when you do.
So they're doing that again. Okay. I'll see that when
Yeah.
it comes up.
I heard someone in the YouTube comments say that they don't want to cheat in Persona 5 because they know Futaba, it would hurt Futaba.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, talk about video game carrying potential.
I hate the fortune teller.
Oh,
Yeah. I hate it
fortune
so
teller.
much. Like,
What?
I have one person in my friend group who was like, "She's my waifu. I like her." And I was
Why?
like, "Okay,"
Why do you hate her?
because
I was asking
you get ripped
Casey.
off.
in order to even start her confidant, which is what they're calling it now, I'm just gonna keep calling it social link because who cares? You have to spend 100,000 yen on a holy stone, as they call it, which is a rock made of rock salt that is entirely a scam. She reads your fortune and says, "Hey, you're gonna die. You should buy this stone to protect you and stuff." And you have to buy it to start the confidant. And the thing is, she's in a cult that forces her to like try and sell these stones. It's very patently a Scientology thing that they're riffing on. And yeah, her entire thing is redeeming herself from doing this and selling people that she's a legit fortune teller, and you know her predictions generally come true if people don't try and avoid them. So yeah, she's basically seeing people that have terrible fates coming up and being like, yeah, it's probably okay if I fuck these people over. They're gonna, you know, get screwed over anyway. Might as well join in.
Well, I don't think that's exactly her character. It's okay
No,
to just screw people.
that's pretty much her character when you meet her. Yeah.
Okay.
And if you max, I think if you max her, you get your money back that you got paid for the stone.
Yeah, you do. And she has her redemption and, you know, fights back against the Church of whatever it's called and stuff.
Church of Scientology.
Sure. And yeah, and it's great and everything, but yeah, no, I don't feel okay about that. No.
Casey's not a big fan of getting ripped off.
Jeez, chill, dude. It's just a video game.
Mm.
I wasn't too bothered by her, to be honest. I was just like, because the benefits she gives are pretty great. Because hey, pay 5,000 and now you have extra friendship points with whatever person you want. And I'm like, there we go. That saves a lot of time.
Mm.
And also the money blessing, which just makes it ridiculously easy to get lots of money.
Yeah. Funnily enough, the do everything guide doesn't actually use her abilities at all. Doesn't use it once. I don't know why, but you know, that might help since I'm falling behind. God damn it.
You think you'll be able to max everybody?
Probably. Like there's a
'Cause I couldn't.
There's a month at the end of the game at the guide where it's basically do all the other superfluous stuff like batting cages and playing the video games and stuff. So I could probably skip some of that and just do all the social links instead. And just
Yeah.
those up.
The game's not like as tight as Persona 3. But it's tighter than Persona 4.
Yeah.
Do you have the stats needed to do all this in the first playthrough?
Oh, watch out. Sound.
Oh, sorry, I was blowing my nose. My bad.
But yeah, can you get your stats high enough that you won't need to do a second playthrough?
Probably. I'm in September. Yeah, Morgana just threw a hissy fit, and that's where I am in the story. And I'm at 5 in 3 categories and 4 in 2. But the thing is, it's very tightly controlled in the guide so that you have exactly the amount you need at exactly when you need it. So if I'm behind anything, then that's going to be a problem, and it's going to cost me a few days. At least a few days for each time it's wrong. So, probably is my answer.
I just resolved myself to do 2 playthroughs anyways because I was gonna I don't know. I wanted to play through it twice, and because I wanted to make sure I got like the ultimate persona and everything and whatnot. So it's like I'm not going to worry too much about maxing everything. I'm just going to worry about that on my second playthrough.
I want to play Persona 5, but I don't have a PS4
or PS3.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
4
it is
and
a PS3,
3,
isn't it?
Yeah.
I wonder what the differences are.
I don't have either.
I mean, it's probably just graphical stuff is the difference.
I wonder if there's a PS3 emulator that's been successfully made yet.
Not yet.
Damn.
Though there is the PS Now service. I don't know whether it'll be on that though. So that's basically a thing
Now?
where, yeah, you can play PlayStation games on PC, and it's like the streaming service they used to do. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, you stream the inputs to them, and they stream the video feed to you of the game.
Looks like I have to pay for it as long as I use it, though.
Yes, it's a subscription. It's a subscription service. Yes.
Shit.
But how are you liking Persona 5 so far, Casey?
I really like it.
Yeah.
It's a really good game.
It's really fun. How far you're in November now or September?
September. As it stands, it's probably my game of the year. It is not my soundtrack of the year, which is surprising to me.
Well, Nier Automata exists.
Yeah, exactly. So, but this is very early days, so you never know, something cool might come out after this and might beat it out of my top spot, but I kind of doubt it. Because video games suck nowadays.
We had a lot of good games come out just in the past month or two. So
yeah, but
it's been pretty crazy for games so far this year.
And the entirety of last year was garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything was 2017, and now it's finally 2017. So
yeah, 2016 was rubbish for everything, wasn't it? I'm struggling to think of a good thing that happened in 2016.
KC0.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start shipping you too.
Okay.
That
I
already
guess.
exists,
That's weird.
but okay.
I think, yeah.
Because you guys have such good chemistry, it's hard to get a word in edgewise. It's just so shippable.
Just talk. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, pretty much.
Talk over us if you must.
And I think I just offended patient.
Nah.
Not offense, incredulity.
Okay.
Oh.
You did keep saying the one at a time thing. Just fucking talk, and if we can't understand it, then we'll just say one at a time and stuff. If need be.
Okay.
We don't got anything else cool to talk about because we're at like an hour. So it's probably about time to call it.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm okay.
I don't believe anything else.
Nothing much has been going on for me beyond the mundane, which I'm not planning on talking about anytime soon.
Fair enough.
Alrighty.
All right. Anybody got any recommendations or anything?
Oh, recommendations was a thing we used to do, and I've completely forgotten about it.
I want to bring it up
somewhere.
because we haven't done it. So
that seems a bit too short to be its own thing. So which subject should be tacked onto?
Considering this,
this one.
it would be this one. Everything else is too structured for it. So
fair enough.
I do have one. If you guys don't,
me too.
I'll look for one while we listen to yours.
I believe I've recommended this one before, but in my college experience this semester, it's been my ray of hope on every Monday because it updates on Mondays. Forged Destiny. That's the one where everyone is it's a Ruby fic. Everyone has a class. They're heroes. They're in an RPG setting, that kind of thing.
I've been reading that one. I kind of like. There's this kind of, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like there's a problem with the dialogue in that, and that it doesn't always fit the characters well enough, and it just bothers me to no end. I don't know. Is that just me, or like?
I haven't read that one. I've read Professor Ark, which is another one of his stories, and that's not been a problem in that one, is what I can say.
What was the problem? The mic was cutting in and out.
I kind of have a problem with. I feel like the dialogue doesn't always fit the characters.
Oh yeah, I want to say that's a problem with the fic being AU to begin with. But honestly, that might be a writer quirk. I have noticed that.
Yeah, because I was, I don't know, I was going, like, the problem's mainly with, like, I know genres tends to be different in every one of these, but, like, my image of Jean in, like, the show, and what he would say in the situation doesn't match up with what the character's saying, and then Ruby is, hit and miss in terms of the dialogue feeling something she'd actually say.
What are we talking about again?
Forged Destiny.
Called, Forged Destiny by Coors Al something, I think.
Coral.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Jean is basically a different character in every story because they fit him to whatever they need him to be, because he is the only male character, that has any impact on the story.
Yeah.
And Ruby is unfortunately enough, a kind of a nothing of a character, so it's really hard to figure out what she would say other than something cute and innocent.
That's a really good way to put it. It's sad, but true. I mean...
because I've started writing, like a story that's Ruby based as well. So like I'm getting that thing where like now that I can't read anything in the same category that I'm now starting to write in, because it just like bothers me to no end of I would do it differently.
That's fair. I felt like that.
Which is the same reason why I stopped reading Persona Fix once I started writing Persona. Because I'm like, no, I would do it like this, I would do it like that. Because, I don't know. That's just how I work.
Still looking forward to your story, though, bro. Just want to say.
Yeah, still trying to, like, organize it in a way that's more effective storytelling.
Yep. You want me to help brainstorm at any point, just say the word, and if I'm awake and around, I'll...
Okay, I might take you up on that.
Say the word.
Any other recommendations?
Anyone else have anything?
Yo.
Okay, Weasel.
This is Library of the Damned.
Oh, God.
It's not actually a fanfic. It's a website that riffs bad fanfics. The Library of the Damned, the most horrible fanfiction ever penned. It is hilarious.
Oh, I wonder if I can find any of our fics on here.
Well, here's the thing. I just tried to find things on there, and there is no archive. Like, no just structured, these are the stories that we've had done on here. So, yeah, I have no idea.
Well, look up Yes, but it's a female zombie if you want to see my own fic on there. I believe it was riffed by Ghost Cat. I think. And find a travesty zombie.
Yeah, the only way to it's a blog style site, so the only way to find things is search.
Yep, by Ghost Cat. Okay.
I just searched up. I'm just searching up author names at this point. I wonder if Casey's on here. Nope. I'm not on here.
Well, it could
Let's
be
see
under
if
my old
Kenshi
name
is
or
on
my
here.
new one. So.
I checked your old one first.
I really
Kenshi
doubt
618.
Kenchi's on there.
Yeah, no. Because he's quality, but I wonder if somebody would suggest it as a joke.
I can't rule that out, honestly. So his writing does seem hit or miss with some people. So
Nope, no Kenshi.
Okay.
am I on there? I'm curious.
Nope.
Sorry for all our listeners. We're just kind of searching up to see if we got riffed, and no, we did not. So I guess that means we're either legit or even less legit. I don't know.
Oh, you could always suggest your own fanfics.
No.
Or I could not do that.
Yeah,
But it's hilarious.
I would rather not.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Anyway,
Here's the thing about what they do is they riff things. So it's asking people to take the piss out of your thing without offering any actual criticism. Like,
Yeah, it's counterproductive.
all it would do would
That's
make
funny.
me feel. All it would do would make me feel bad, and in no
But
way that's actually useful to me. So
You can't laugh at other things until you can laugh at yourself.
No, you can
That
laugh at
doesn't
other things and be
really
completely
apply.
incapable of laughing at yourself.
One at a time.
You can laugh at other things and still be completely incapable of laughing at yourself.
Well, I can laugh at myself, and it's just that easier for me to laugh at other
You
things as
see,
a result.
I can laugh at myself, but I don't want other people to laugh at myself first. I laugh at myself and then they laugh, not the other way around.
So screw you. This set is awesome. It's hilarious. I'm honored to have had my fic riffed.
Well, you do you.
patient.
I do have a recommendation. I don't believe I've given this one before, but I have mentioned the author on a previous podcast. This is
You are cutting out pretty heavily there. Ripples in the pond is what
I
it's
can hear him
called.
just fine. I can hear him just fine.
It's a one-piece self-insert fic inspired, at least in part, by this Bites. Did that come through?
Yes.
Okay. I'm recommending it on here because basically it does take a little bit of time to start getting really good. I mean, at first glance, it seems like it might be a bit of an unbalanced fic. He gets inserted into the One Piece world by a character called All-Seeing Author, who is, by Evan's word himself, inspired by the Cross-Brain Zone BROB. And he ends up with a fruit called well, he christens it later the Tempest fruit, giving him hydrokinesis. Yes, this is why I'm recommending the fic, because as soon as you say that in a One Piece story, it always has this tendency to be frowned upon. OP.
I don't understand. I understand how it would be incredibly overpowered in that setting, but like, is that the problem? Is it a common one for people to use and make
It is
terrible fics out of? Or
Probably the most common devil fruit that anyone gives any character is the water fruit. So they can control water, and water doesn't affect them. You know, the one big caveat of using devil fruits, it is the definition of making an OP character. Though in fairness, you said it's hydrokinesis and not just, you know, they can do anything with water and are made of water and thus can't be hurt by anything, literally anything, including other devil fruits, because they would immediately get... You get the idea.
Yeah, no, it's not quite that overpowered. He's given immunity to Fishman Karate, or at least the water aspect of it, but being submerged and see prism stones still affect him as normal.
Wait, so if somebody karate chopped him in the face, he wouldn't feel it? How? What?
No,
I
Fishman
said-
karate gets its
Fishman
power
karate-
specifically from water in your body.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fishman karate relies, its potency is in the manipulation of water. Fishmen can do it naturally by hand once they've practiced it. So it takes him a while to do anything beyond just, well, he gets the hang of his powers somewhat quickly with a bit of help, a bit of inspiration, and he basically ends up on the Konami Islands near Kokoyashi Village, and he's basically struck by the ship that Momu sends flying with Luffy and the Sanji and the bounty hunters on board, and that's how he meets the Straw Hats. Naturally, Luffy asks him to join the crew, and he falls in from there. He's given a realistic set of... basically, he looks realistically...
Pirate-like for the setting kind of thing?
something like that, yeah. The story is... Thus far, it's just getting into the Little Garden arc, but there have been quite a few interesting changes thus far. The main protagonist... No, I mean, I just wanted to give the fic a recommendation here because, once again, at first glance, it does seem like it could be just another overpowered SI, but it's worth giving a shot, in my opinion.
All right. I do like to see something that's like become a cliche, turned on its head a little bit, made actually good.
Indeed, that's always refreshing.
All right. Mine is where did I put it? It's here. It's called Assimilation. It is a Young Justice self-insert. Basically, protagonist dude gets alien abduction happens by, I think it was the Scions was the race. Essentially, this is he gets co-opted into Starfire's origin story.
Starfire?
Starfire.
Oh,
Is that the only origin story I know from Starfire is the one from the Teen Titans animated show where she was sold into slavery by her sister.
Yup.
Oh,
nice.
So that's mostly accurate to what happened in the comics. It's worse than that, but yeah. So he gets abducted by the Scions, and they do experiments on him. And when he wakes up, he is basically a xenomorph, or that's how he describes himself, as how he looks. And he has a level of, I think Spoken taught me this term, is autobiokinesis. So he
Yeah,
can
that'd be
control his
it.
body. So over time, Starfire escapes from prison, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna help and stuff. I can help, even though they don't share a language." And they eventually escape and go to Earth, get, caught up by the Green Lanterns almost immediately, and they join the Young Justice team, because of course they do.
the Green Lanterns let the character go? Do they not realize what he is? I figured they'd just lock him up instantly.
Well, is he
there are
xenomorph or does he look like one?
Well, he has. At first glance, it's autobiokinesis, but in truth, he is now made entirely of nanites.
Oh.
So they can reshape themselves, and he gets good enough that he can actually, speak words and articulate and things like that.
Nanomachines, son.
So he can actually explain his condition and where he came from and stuff, and he does.
And also, the Green Lantern Corps has many monstrous-looking aliens among its ranks.
Right, and also many monstrous-looking aliens kept in science cells forever because the Guardians are a bunch of dipshits.
Yeah, I was gonna say those members are already part of the Green Lantern Corps, so they're kind of welcomed in already. If they just met a huge threat, they would deal with it, or something they thought was a threat.
Yeah. Considering the dude and Starfire just immediately surrender themselves, it kind of says, hey, they're probably not being threatening. So yeah, over the course of the story, the protagonist is basically trying to regain some semblance of humanity, despite the fact that he doesn't know whether he is even himself. Like, his thoughts and memories it's entirely possible they could be implanted and copied from his original self, and he is just a replication of it through technology.
I have always found mental debates like that to be fairly stupid.
I'll admit,
Hmm.
I like to simplify it in that, yeah, he is whatever he decides he is. It doesn't matter.
Essentially, but it's easy to say that from an outside perspective. So,
Well,
Oh, yeah.
if you think yourself to be yourself and you're the only person who says, I am this person, you are effectively that person.
okay. Yeah, I'm not going to get into a debate in the middle of a recommendation section that has gone on for 20 minutes past the time prescribed for the podcast. Yeah, we need to cut this shit down. Like, the entire point was the show was going to be shorter. But yeah, it does some interesting stuff with the setting and things, and it's cool, and people should read it. That's it.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So we done?
We're
I believe
done.
so.
Yep.
Okay, I have 40 minutes to eat and try and re-wake myself up. I had energy there for a bit, and now it's kind of fading for the stream that we're going to do in like 40 minutes, so that's fun. Yeah,
Again,
so-
like you should probably just try to rest. I'm gonna get some sleep before boxing class, so
Oh, is that actually a thing you're going to do? Or are you just giving me an excuse?
Stream is called off. Get some rest, Casey.
Yeah. Go to sleep. Seriously, dude. Take care of yourself.
We'll see you tonight, man.
or try.
Didn't answer my question.
Oh, that was an actual question. Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm gonna try to get a nap in.
Okay. All right. So if you were wondering why there was no Dark Souls stream today, there you go. That's your answer. I know it was like last week for you people out there, but I don't.
Go to sleep.
Podcast is 7173 or something. And Patreon, please make this worth it. Contact us through YouTube comments and stuff, like always. And thanks again. Bye. And stuff.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bah.
Farewell.